So today I'm going to do a book review video, and two books go along with an Easter theme. Now I know Easter was almost 2 weeks ago, but I got the one book and I just finished it, and it was really good. And I don't know how you say his last name, so I'm not even going to try to say his last name. But this is called The True Jesus. It's Uncovering the Divinity of Christ in the Gospels. And this is what it looks like. It is a really big book. It was like there was 300 plus pages in it, and then there's like notes at the end of it, like from the little footnotes in the book. But what it basically is about, it goes through Jesus' life. So the beginning of it takes place between when the Jewish people, the Israelites, I won't be able to say it, go back to their homeland from being in Babylon, being exiled in Babylon. And it's between that and when Jesus was born. So the first part is, I think they call it the intertestamental period or something like that, where they talk about like the 400 years, I think it was 400 years, about before Jesus was born. And then and then the next chapter gets into some of the different things, and some people who are saying how sometimes maybe the Gospels weren't true, or why wouldn't they write something that wasn't true, like stuff like that. But it mainly goes, there's lots of biblical verses in it, and one of the excerpts from it is about, one of the excerpt chapters is about the different books of the New Testament. And they just talk about like the Acts and the Gospels of like Mark, Luke, Matthew, and I think there was another one, but I forget what the other one was. Matthew, Luke, Mark, and John. And then it gets into his life. So the first couple they're really long chapters, you guys. So I'm not going to tell you you're going to read this book in like a day. But it was a really interesting book because, I mean, I know some stuff about the Bible. Not a lot, but I do know it. I mean, I know what it's about. I know, like, from the Bible series on TV, that was a couple years ago, I know some stuff from that. But there was a lot of stuff that they left out in that series that they put in this book. So what it basically goes into, like, each chapter is divided into sections, so it, like, breaks down the Bible, into different, like, sections. So, like, the first one would be, like, it would say Jesus is born, and it would tell you, like, if it was in Mark, Luke, John, or Matthew, Luke, John, or now I forget the other one. Matthew, Luke, John, and Mark. I don't know if I said that one already, but yes. And it tells you, like, where you could find it in the actual Bible. And then it goes into, like his life, because obviously they said that there's not a lot about his infancy, just about when he was born and then when he was 12. And then it goes into his life before he was crucified and stuff like that. And it's like in the same little thing. It's like in different sections, like I said, like it says when Judas denies him and when he raises Lazarus from death, stuff like that. And it's a really good book, but there are some stuff in there that I really wasn't, really didn't like remember, or some stuff in there that was really new. So this is basically kind of like, they go through some, like in each different section, they give Bible verses on the verses or wherever the section came from in the Bible. And then experts put in their opinion on what this means, and then some will contradict what it means, stuff like that. But it's a really good book. I mean, if you're Christian, or you're not, or you're Jewish, or you're not, or whatever, you could still read this book, because it's a really good book. And I really liked it. I mean, it's not really like a biography, but it's really, really good. So this book I got for Easter, and I read it in a day. This is Easter in Dry Creek. It's by Janet Transtad. This is what it looks like, and what this basically is about. It's about this guy, Clay. He comes back to town, and he was sort of like, he had a bad boy reputation, and it was for something that he didn't do, but his friends egged him on to do it. It was like when they were teenagers. And what happens is he falls in love with the woman whose brother was in the accident with him. And she's trying to believe that he didn't do it, but she really can't, and she has to figure out, should she love him, should she not, stuff like that. And through Easter and different religious things, like going to church and stuff like that, she really gets a renewed sense of hope for Clay. And so it was a really good book. Now, this one I'm going to show you, I really, really didn't like. Now, this is an old book. So, I got these books at a flea market where this lady, she has all these different books, and they're really cheap, and she did this thing, and she still does it, where you can get, like, a bag of books for, like, I don't even know how much, like, $10 or something like that. And they're all in different, like, genres. Like, there's romance, there's Christian romance, there's mystery, stuff like that. And I think I got the mystery one. And some of these are really old, and some of these I was hesitant to get because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these or not. But this one was the one that was really weird, and I didn't even finish it because it was just really, 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 really weird. Excuse me. So this is called A Key to the Sweet. It's by John D. Macdonald. This is what it looks like. It's a small little book. But, I don't even know when this book was written. Hold on. 1962. Well, it was copyrighted 1962. But let me tell you guys, it was not a good book. And what it was about, I like the gist of it that I got from it, was it was about this company who would make these conferences or something. And the company's men would go to these conventions and go to these suites in the hotel room and just, you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get, like, this video censored or something, but, yes, like, they would do all, like, of course, like, from the picture you could see what they would do. And it was just a really weird book. And the wives knew about it. And it was just really weird. So this book I liked. It's a series. I found this at a library book sale. The Harlequin book that I just showed you. Well, not the key one, but the Easter on Dry Creek and the True Jesus all came from Walmart. This book came from a library book sale. And it's a series called The Secret of Mary's Bookshop, and it's called Rewriting History by Vera Dodge, and this is what it looks like. So what this book is about, it's about this woman named Mary, and she runs this bookstore in this little town. And what happens is she has this, not a local author, but an author come to her store to do a book signing. And when they were doing the book signing, she recognizes this woman that she knew all the way back in school, that they were friends with her and her husband and this friend, and how her friend really loved really loved Mary's husband before they were, like, together, and they thought they were gonna get together, whatever. So she wants to track down this girl, because the book that the author wrote was kind of like what happened to those three friends, and she wants to get to the bottom of it. So here at the end of the book, she really does find out why the story was really familiar to her. It's all like that. It was a really good book. I really liked it. So this one, I don't remember where I got this book from. I don't remember I know it wasn't from, like, a book sale or a bookstore. It might have been from, like, just, like, a local store. You know how, like, local stores, grocery stores have, like, like a book section, not like Walmart, but like different, like small little stores. I think that's where I got this book from, but I'm not really sure because it's been on my bookshelf for a really, really long time. So this is an Abigail Adams mystery, and you heard it right, Abigail Adams, John Adams, the second president's wife. It's called A Marked Man, and it's by Barbara Hamilton. Now, it's sort of like a historical fiction mystery book. So there is some stuff in it that goes along with the historical thing, where this book is set right after, a little bit after the Boston Tea Party, and they're waiting to figure out what the king is going to do, because they haven't sent word yet about what they're going to do about the tea that was dumped into the Boston Harbor. So this is what it looks like. And it was a really good book. It was Abigail Adams was trying to figure out, this slave girl ran away or something like that. And she's trying to figure out if she died or if she didn't, and what was she running away from. And it turns out it was, it goes and coincides with, like, a wealthy man in the story. I don't think any of the people, I mean, except for Abigail Adams and John Adams are in it, and, and Samuel Adams, my mind went blank for a little bit. Samuel Adams, his cousin or something, is in it, and their children are in it. But other than that, I don't know if any other people in this book are real, or if they're real people, but yeah. So this book came from Target, and I did not like it at all. And I don't know if it's because this is the second one in the series or not, but it's called Wanted. It's called Once Upon a Time Everything Goes to Heck. So it's sort of like the fairy tale land kind of stuff, like Cinderella and Rapunzel and stuff like that. But it's like a spin-off of like the children kind of. And it's called Wanted. It's by Betsy Schow. I guess that's how you say her last name. This is what it looks like. And this book is not the first book in this series. This is the second one. And I didn't know that when I picked it up. But like I said, I got this book at Target. And what it is, it's about, this one goes after the spelled one. The spelled one is about Dorothea, Dorothy's daughter, like from The Wizard of Oz. And this one is what takes place after that book. So this one is with Rexy Hood, which is Robin Hood's daughter. And it's where something happened when she was in Oz with Dorothea. And this wicked witch, Blank, which is spelled B-L-A-N-C, is the destroyer of all fairy tales. And she has a curse on her or something where every time she dies, she gets sent back to, every time she dies, she goes to the Gnome King, which is a character in the Wizard of Oz books, and he sends her back, or he doesn't, or whatever. And Blank is supposed to be this witch that is really powerful, that can erase anybody's fairy tale ending, or life, or everything from the books and everything. So that book was really, it was just okay, it really wasn't good. I think if you liked, I like Once Upon a Time, but if you liked Once Upon a Time, you might like this book, or maybe it's sort of like a young adult book, so young adults might like it, but I just really didn't get into it. And I think it was just because I didn't get the first one, because it doesn't say on here, which is the first one, which is the second one, so I thought that was the first one, so maybe that's why I didn't like it, I don't know. So last but not least, now I got this book, I did a book haul video, but I didn't upload it yet, and it was in this book haul video. And I wanted to read it because it's a really nice book. It was under the Christian, fiction section. It was, underneath the table, underneath the table in a box. Different ones were in a box. And this is, a series of books. And this is called Tales from Grace Chapel Inn. It's Eyes on the Prize. It's by Sunni Jeffers. I think that's how you say his or her last name. This is what it looks like. It had it had 28 chapters in it. So yes, it had 28 chapters in it. And what this book is about, it's autumn. the fall time in this little town of Acorn Hill, and these 3 sisters run this inn, the Grace Chapel Inn. And they all have different things. They do trust in God a lot, so it's sort of like a Christian fiction, but it's really nice. There wasn't like a lot of, I know some people don't like a lot of like biblical verses in books. This one doesn't have that many in it, but it's a really good book either way, and I really enjoyed it. I really like these kind of books. It's sort of goes in the same genre as that one I just showed you called Rewriting History, the Mary's Bookshop thing. But what this book is about, like I said, is about 3 sisters. The one is trying to run a 5K marathon, and the other sister is a gardener. She has a green thumb, and she makes this, it's like basically just 2 stories together. So the first story is basically about the sisters, but the one sister in particular, it's about how she grew this really big pumpkin. And everybody in this small town comes to see it and says, you need to enter in a competition. And she goes, all these different problems are happening. Like, there's these little bugs that eat pumpkins. There's these animals that try to eat it. There's these people who come to the town to try and destroy it. And the second story is about this woman, Vera Humbert. Her aunt is on her deathbed because she had hip surgery and she got an infection from it, plus she has pneumonia, and her aunt really doesn't want to be taken care of by somebody that's not her niece or go to like a home or something, so they're struggling with that. But everything in the end has a happy ending, you guys, so you guys know. But it's a really good book. So that was my book review video for this week. Comment below and tell me some of your books that you read this week that you really enjoyed, or some recommendations of books that you want me to try and read. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time with another video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.